All right, guys, so let's talk about the trajectory of appointment setting in this year, right, 2026, because not a lot of people are going to realize how different it's going to be, okay? A lot of people are going to be replaced, and a lot of people are going to make a lot of money due to these changes. And I'm not going to sit here and sell you the dream about how amazing appointment setting is like most other coaches, because here's the thing. It's a model that is about to change rapidly, and if you don't adapt now, you are going to fail and you are going to go back to the job that you work so hard to escape. So let's keep it short and sweet. So the old way of appointment setting, in fact, should I get the light on here? Yeah. The old way of appointment setting is essentially, you work on an inbound role, a chill inbound role, you're making $50 per appointment. You can kind of reply whenever you want to, it doesn't really matter, take your time, booking calls, 50 per call, maybe a little bit commission on the sale as well. Bosh, you should book 10 appointments a day, 5K a month, easy. Well, AI is coming to change a lot of that, okay? AI is getting very good very quickly, and those of you that don't keep up to date with it are gonna get replaced very, very, very soon, okay? So that's the first thing. AI is gonna massively take over in terms of like a lot of the setting process. Now, for the setters that are crap, you guys are going to be replaced straight away. Okay, you guys that are copy and pasting scripts, you can't think for yourself, you can't use personal storytelling or objection handle the right way, you can't really think for yourself. Okay, and you rely on like, I don't know, an SOP that the offer owner gave you to respond to questions and objections, and you can't think for yourself, you can't, sound enticing in a voice note, you can't really sell yourself like that, then you're screwed. AI is going to do a lot of the grunt work for that. Okay, so what you're doing, by the way, so you're doing that, plus you're taking your time to respond to messages. AI is going to do that better and faster and cheaper. So your leverage isn't really there if you can't adapt to it. So AI is going to come into place for B2B and B2C offers. B2C will be replaced a lot more with AI. In fact, I don't want to say replaced because, if you're smart with it, you won't be replaced. You'll just be hybrid with AI. But B2C offers are going to be the ones that you need to worry about the most, because essentially with B2C, these guys don't really understand business lingo, they don't understand business terms, they don't understand really what AI is or how it works or the depth of how intricate and advanced it actually is. So if they're responding to an AI bot and the AI bot is quite good at fooling the prospect into thinking it's a human being, then that's going to be quite dangerous, because there's going to be no objections to, oh, is this an AI bot? And there's going to be no resistance to booking the call, because they won't know. They'll think they're speaking to a human being. So B2C is where it's going to have a lot more of a part to play. But you guys that are good at what you do, right, and you actually are irreplaceable, and you can actually think for yourself and use a lot of personalized storytelling, and you're very good at objection handling, you're very good at what you do, you've got experience, all of this kind of stuff, you're going to work with AI, not against it. That's how it's going to work in the future, okay? So with that as well, with B2B will have AI involved, but it's going to be a lot more, it's going to be a lot harder to completely replace with AI, because business owners don't want to speak to AI bots, right? Especially with such a big pain point that you're going to be solving for a B2B offer. They don't want to speak to an AI bot, and a lot of the time they're going to know they're speaking to an AI bot if it's just text-based. AI can only send text. It can't do voice notes, it can't do videos, it can't do personalized looms, it can't call on the phone. Well, it might be able to, like, at a low level, but for a human being, a good human being setter that's got experience and knows what they're doing, it's going to convert so much better than what an AI bot will, okay? Because B2B business owners are going to understand the whole game. They understand appointment setting, they understand closing, they understand the whole idea of, sales calls and closing, all of this kind of stuff. So they're going to kind of have a bit of an inclination to, oh, maybe I'm speaking to an AI bot right now. That's going to have resistance if it's like a really high ticket offer, because they're going to think, why would I trust an AI bot that's been programmed to respond the way it's been programmed to respond how the offer owner wants it to respond, so we can kind of just say whatever it wants, right? Rather than speaking to a human being that's actually going to have a bit of a brain and actually be able to use some personalization and human empathy, okay? So B2B, I recommend with B2B, you only get into B2B anyway as a setter. If you're going to start out as a complete beginner and you really need to get on a roll, B2C is going to be easier, but long term, you want to get into B2B because it pays more, which means you're going to make more commissions. But again, if you do that, you're going to be more irreplaceable by AI, because, like I said, business owners don't really want to speak to them. They prefer human-to-human interaction. That's always going to win. That's always going to close the most. And obviously, business owners that have a setting process in place, they're going to go with the process that closes the most compared to what's the cheapest. It's going to be what gets the better results. So, and truthfully, I'll add this in to kind of give you a little bit of a kick up the arse. If what you do can be replaced by a $27 a month chatbot, then you deserve it, okay? There's nothing wrong with, oh, AI is coming to take us out, it's going to take our jobs. No, it's not really about that. It's kind of like a sign that you're not very good at what you do, you need to improve. That goes for B2C offers and B2B. They're going to be involved with both. But for B2C, it's going to be harder to sell yourself with AI being able to replicate basically everything you're doing, because the market that you're targeting is rarely going to know they're speaking to an AI. So unless you're really good on a B2C offer, it's going to be very hard not to be completely replaced by some random AI bot. Whereas a B2B, like I said, they don't want to speak to an AI bot. They can 9 out of 10 times tell that they are speaking to an AI bot. They don't want to speak to it. It's high ticket. It's, you know, lots of emotions in place. They want to speak to a human being. Okay, that's where you're going to come in. And with AI in either one, right, for B2B and B2C, with AI in either one, you're going to work with it, not against it, okay? So you're actually going to be someone who manages and facilitates the AI, right, rather than working against it. That's how you become irreplaceable as a setter. The setters that get replaced are the ones that are scared of AI and are not willing to use it in their process. The ones that use it in their process and are working with AI are the ones that won't be replaced, and you actually make more money because of it, because you're the kind of guy that can implement AI for these business owners, right? So that's number one. AI is going to disrupt massively if you're not good at what you do, and you don't think on your feet, and you're not willing to incorporate AI into what you do and learn how that process works, which, by the way, I teach all of my students, which, by the way, I teach all the people I work with how to use AI with their setting process as well. Then you guys are going to be sorely replaced, and yeah, it's not going to be very good. Okay, so AI is coming. Okay, it's not. In fact, I wouldn't say it's coming. I'd say it's already here. Okay, it's just a matter of time. Over the next 6 months, there's going to be a massive drop-off of beginner setters that get replaced. And those of you that don't understand and don't watch this video are going to be the ones that are sorely missing out, and the ones that are going to fail. Okay, so keep that in mind. AI is going to take over. We need to work with it, not against it. The people that work with it will be the ones that stay in the game. The people that work against it, right, and think, oh, it's just this awful thing that's going to wipe me out, then you will definitely be wiped out. Okay. The next thing is, so we've done AI, now we've got dialing, right? So I know a lot of you guys love to do DM setting. You know, it's pretty chill. You can respond when you want to. Yeah, DM setting roles are becoming more and more obsolete by the day, because a lot of the time, like I said, AI can do a lot of the DM setting process, especially with B2C. Obviously, you still have a part to play in that, but AI can replicate a lot of the grunt work, which means there's not much of a high demand for DM setters that can make a lot of money, basically, right? So dialing is where you're going to make the most money now. If you do like a dialing and DM role, and you can use AI with it as well, you're gonna make like a load of money, guys. Okay, so dialing is really something that I don't need to be scared of. Like, as a complete beginner, as somebody that might be introverted, I appreciate dialing is quite scary, but you don't have to do cold calling. You can do dialing on like warm leads, which makes it a lot easier. Cold calling is always gonna pay you more because it's so hard to do. Well, it's not like, that's subjective, of course, but like, in the grand scheme of things, doing a cold call compared to a cold DM is drastically harder to get someone to book in a call and close. So you're going to be paid accordingly. Okay. So if you just get in the mindset of, look, I'm willing to do dialing, do like 30 or 40 dials a day from databases that these offer owners give you, right? And they'll pay you, like, for example, with cold calling, you're less likely to get a pay per sell only model, because it takes a lot more work and a lot more skill. You're more likely to get a base plus pay per appointment. Is so common. So if you can just get good at that, which, by the way, getting good at dialing doesn't take that long at all, you can make like 5 to 10K a month very, very quickly, okay? And it doesn't take that long to nurture the skill. It just means you have to kind of get over the fear of dialing, okay? Because I know a lot of you guys don't want to do it. If you do $100 a day, it takes like 2 or 3 hours in the morning, and then you've got DMs for the rest of the day, you can make 5 to 10K really, really easily, guys, okay? So the trajectory of appointment setting is going to be hybrid with AI, right? DM setters that want to stay in the game long term, you guys are going to be hybrid with AI. You're going to be working with it, not against it. The ones that are scared of it and are working against it and think of it as some evil thing are the ones that will be replaced, right? And the people who are actually good at what they do, have experience, and are willing to use AI as well in their process, won't be replaced, okay? And that should be more valuable. On top of that, if you guys as well think, I'm willing to do dialing, right? I want to, I want to make as much money as possible, which obviously you want to have that mindset. And you're willing to do dialing plus DM setting, and you also are like a AI facilitator, right? You're providing so much value to the market doing that, okay? And it doesn't take that long to get to the point where you're good at these things, and that's obviously what I teach you guys how to do as well. I just got a low power mode on my phone, hopefully that's still recording. It doesn't take that long to learn how to do it as well. You can make a lot of money, okay? Dialing roles will always have the better commission structures, okay? Especially for cold calling. So if you can nurture that skill and get really good, that's how you truly get to 5 to 10K a month. Okay, so the game is changing, guys. You can't just chill on some random inbound role and make 5K a month just by replying whenever you want to. Speed to leads is getting more and more important, right? AI can respond to leads within like 3 seconds, right? AI can do what you do like as a beginner, but just so much better. And for B2C, as I've just said, people aren't really going to understand the differences between a human and an AI bot. They're not really going to understand or see it. They could be able to get away with that a lot more, okay? So it makes you guys less valuable. So if you lean into it and go, look, I use AI with my process and I'm this good, I've worked with this amount of people and I can do dialing as well. That's how you stay fully AI proof, okay? That's how you actually do it. So the trajectory is dialing plus AI. You guys have to move towards that. You can't stay in the old realm, okay? It's kind of like, for example, trying to operate in the world of 2026 right now on iOS 6. You know, you've got iOS 6, you didn't want to update to iOS 20, whatever it is now. You're like, no, I like iOS 6, it's great, I like iOS 6. But you're trying to operate on iOS 6 in 2026 when you can't download any apps on it because it's not strong enough, right? It's kind of like that. Maybe it's a bit of a terrible example to give, but it's changing, guys, okay? And a lot of these coaches, a lot of these certain coaches, which by the way, a lot of them don't know what they're talking about. I wish I could name names. They're telling you, oh, just send DMs on some chill inbound role, you make 5K up. No, it might work now, but in 6 months, guys, you need to lean towards the AI thing, not against it, and also move towards dialing, and you can make a lot more than what you're making right now. So it's actually quite an exciting opportunity for you. Stop thinking of AI as some terrible thing. It's actually opening up more doors for you, and that's exactly what I can help you incorporate as well. So if you're interested in getting my help one-to-one, showing you exactly how to do this properly, right? As somebody that's still in the game myself, I still do appointment setting to this day, so you can rest assured that what I teach you, you know works now because I use the exact same strategies. There's going to be a link down below in the description to book a call with me. I'll run you through how I can help. Now, full transparency, that is designed, right, to try and sell you something. That is a sales call. So if you don't want to be sold to, then don't click it. But if you're serious about making this work, right, and you don't want to be replaced by AI, and you want to do this properly and learn from somebody who's been doing this for 2 years and has worked with people like Charlie Morgan, William Brown, and made 6 figures a year with the same model, right, booking that call and I'll run you through exactly how I can help.